Hey guys, what's going on? Cater here on a beautiful, beautiful day. Happy New Year. It's been a crazy 2020, 2023.
23, yeah.
I have with me one of my students is mad late and we was having so much conversation. Started the new year right, getting ourselves together. And this guy, he's been blowing my mind from the results he's been able to establish in his business. But we was having some cool conversation and we said, hey, those types of conversation, we should have them live so that we can help more people. So this is Walls. Rose is one of my students. He's been crushing it. I've seen this guy change his life around. Went from working a 9-to-5 job, built his first business, done made $1 million, then start a new business.
Those days are over.
How does it feel, man, just to be free from your job now?
Man, it's a lot, man. There's a lot that comes with being an entrepreneur.
Right.
I mean, I don't have to be like for last year. I'm thinking about how I have so much time for my family.
Right.
Being able to participate on all the holidays, Christmas. They always have some type of dinner, and I never have time to make it because I'm always have to work.
Right.
And I used to hate it, but that's not the main thing. It's just the amount of money you make being an entrepreneur than working a 9-to-5 is completely different.
It's completely different. It's crazy. I remember 10 years ago when I first started my first business way back in the days, and we would have conversation like that where I was telling you, bro, I think there's something different. There's a different way to do things. I've seen people making millions online, changing their business. People becoming entrepreneur. I think this is the path. This is the path. And I remember the fear that you had to like, yo, can I really make that happen? And then how did that make you feel like a couple of years ago when you took that jump to now? Not only you build a business that made $1 million, you started a business last year for free.
Yeah, I started involved with Turo. Yeah,
crazy.
I have 24 cars now on Turo. And crazy thing, I didn't spend $1 to start a Turo business.
Man.
That is insane. And just literally using other people's money to make money. That's just so powerful, man.
And you just say something that is so powerful now, the whole term of, you can start from zero.
Yeah.
But once you start understanding that all you really have to do to build a business is to become resourceful. Like to be willing to learn. You don't really have like a lot of people. They think that, hey, I need to have thousands of dollars. I need to have millions of dollars in order for me to be successful, to build a successful business. Meanwhile, all you really have to do is get started and start taking the steps. And the more that you take steps, the more doors that opens.
That opens, yeah.
You started one business, and then because you took action.
And well, thanks to you, first of all.
For sure, man.
Remember? I mean, don't get me wrong. Teaching someone, tell someone about a business, it's one thing, but for them to take action, it's another. It wasn't easy. I'm glad you put me into this business model. It was great, and I didn't have any problem at all. However, there was some, up and down. You'll have some bad month, but the main thing is to stick with it. You just have to make sure you stay with it.
Right.
But having that experience kind of shift to the new business model. Now, to be honest, my other business that I'm doing, I pretty much let my wife run it for me. And I'm more focused on growing Turo. I mean, I got a whole warehouse. I mean, you seen it. You've been to my place. And I just bought a new Maserati. So I'm just,
Man, I'm super proud of you. So if you're watching this live, if you're watching the live, drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. If you live with me right now, I'm here with one of my students, Rose. And I've seen this guy's built his business from zero to made his first $1 million, then build another business, and now really thriving from that business from a position of fear.
$1,200,000.
And seeing you go from a position of not believing in yourself, not believing that you can make that happen, to where now it's like, this is my life now. There's no going back. What happened up there? What switch that happened in your mind that really shifted that?
I mean, you just have to make that first money. I mean, that first taste of that money you make. I mean, I remember the first time I made the 3K. Remember how I called you? I'm like, damn, this is possible. So I called you to tell you this, and then from that point on, I realized, it's just knowledge is power. That's
Right.
one thing I know. Knowledge is
And
power.
applied
you just gotta
knowledge.
apply
Applied
it,
knowledge is power.
and then get as much as information you can get. You know. I
Right.
mean, I don't know, man. I just couldn't find myself going back to working 9 to 5 anymore.
And-
I just keep pushing, and then keep building.
Keep building. And some of you that might be watching, what's up, Lewis? Lewis is watching from Rhode Island. Is sometimes when you first getting started, I think for most people it's just the fear. It's just we all have a lot of fear that we battle with. And I know in the beginning, like I used to tell you, like, yo, you should just quit your job and invest all your time in your business and see how far you can go. Although you was already making money. But then you had that fear inside of you, man.
You have to realize, my
if I
job was
quit my
paying
job,
me $60K. You know, I
right,
was making
but
$60K a year. So, and man, at that point, and I have a family.
right,
You know, I have a wife and a kid, and then my wife was pregnant at
Right.
that time. You know, having another kid. So it's like it was very stressful. It wasn't easy for me to just leave my 9 to 5 to jump into a new business model. You see, the whole point is I always wanted to save as much money
right.
and then to feel comfortable enough, but this was never happening.
But looking back, wouldn't you say that, you know, from
yeah.
the fear, that was the best decision that
That
you
was
did?
the best decision I made a million. I mean, come on, look at my life now.
Right.
I mean,
And you know, the crazy thing is that a lot of us, we battle with making the decision when the fear
and that's
is
what they need, the push.
the push. But if you don't make the decision, your life stays the same. That's why most people get stuck in the same life, and because the hard decision that we know that we have to do is so hard in our mind that we don't want to do it. We wanna linger. I'll do it later. We wanna wait tomorrow. We wanna wait. And the more that we keep pushing that, when you finally make that decision, whether it's a year later or 5 years later, then you realize, man, I could have done that
this long time
6
ago,
years ago. Like, how far would I have been if I had made that decision? I know that for myself, there's so many things in my life. I don't know if you can relate, if you're watching me. Has there ever been a time in your life where you know you gotta make a decision that's gonna propel your life to the next level, to your future that you really want? You know the results you're getting right now is not what you really want, but you keep saying, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it later, and then later keep coming
later
and later, and you realize, you know, it's just those fears. The more we can get those fears out of ourselves and make decisions faster, you know, the more we can get the results a lot faster, you know?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it just people need a opportunity. You know, once you have that, you can make things happen. I mean, Turo, I remember you brought it to my attention too.
Right.
You went to that event and you told me about it. And I feel like, you know, I'm like, man, because I was looking for an easy business model.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because me, I believe in multiple stream of income.
Right.
You know, not that I have this business going, but you never know. Business change sometime, you know. So I wanted to jump into Turo. And I started, you know, with my brand new Mercedes that I bought for my wife.
Right.
I throw it in there and see how it's going to do. Then I realized that it bring me $2K. So I'm like, man, if one car can make me $2K, for a month, and my monthly payment for the Mercedes was only $423, you know?
Right.
So I'm like, that's a huge profit.
When
That's
you
like
Mercedes that I bought
$1,500 profit.
Uh-huh.
So I figured, you know, what about if I get 10 cars, you know?
So you saying right now with the Turo business that you got started with last year, if someone's watching right now and say, hey, you know what? This is a brand new year. I don't know where I'm going to start. But I want to take an opportunity. Like, you know, I want to try something, you know, like you said, you was already making money with a different business, but you wanted to try something. And I said, hey, I'm going to do Turo. You want to jump on it? I remember I went to an event. I learned about the whole Turo credit business and all of that stuff. And I've learned how you can get started for free. And I told you about Turo. And you took action right away, and now a year later, you got over 24 cars. 24 cars, you got a warehouse, you're getting cars, you're getting booked.
Employees.
You got employees. Like, show me how much money. Like, let's just give the people that's watching right now, show me how many booking you have so far for this month going in. And it's fully automated how you automate the process. You know, like
18K.
So
over
18.
Well, technically 19K.
Okay, so if I share it here, like, you know, people can see of the screen. All right. Oh no, it's not gonna show because
It's
the
not
screen
gonna
is
show,
so
yeah.
bright. But you've already booked like $18,000 in what? Today's the 6th. Today's the
There's a
6th.
six, yeah.
In the beginning of the month,
And I still have. There's still room to make $30K for this month.
Right.
So that's pretty good.
so you have room to make $30K.
Yeah.
So the thing is, the fact that you took action, and now you're seeing those types of numbers, it kind of transforms your mind to what's possible. When someone's watching right now and say, I'm starting this new year and I want to start a business, you know, and they feel like, oh, they don't have the money, and you already started Turo, and you see that people can start without even having a lot of money.
Yeah. The main thing about Turo, you just need credit.
Credit,
Good
right?
credit. If you have good credit, I mean, my credit wasn't perfect. I remember I came to you, you know, and then you helped me get my credit to where it is now, you know.
Right.
It's so easy to just walk into a dealership.
And without saying that, you say you came to me and I helped you get your credit to where it's at. And that's the key, is because people might think that you might not have good credit. It was the same thing for me. I used to think that, oh, my credit is bad and stuff like that. It'll never get better. The thing is, whatever you don't pay attention to, it just keep going out of order. But once you pay attention to it, same thing with your credit. Once you pay attention to it,
now
you're looking at everything, right? Once you pay attention to it and you learn what you need to do, now you can open all the doors and start taking
now,
action
can you
towards
imagine
fixing
you
this
have
stuff.
a business that make you $1 million, then you have an 800 credit score.
Yeah.
Bro,
and the banks will
the sky's
start
the
giving
limit.
you mad money.
I mean, look, I literally walk into the Maserati. I didn't
And they give
even
you a
have to show
Maserati with
no
zero
proof
down.
of income, with zero down.
And that's what we say, guys. If you learn, if there's
no
one thing
proof
you
of
can,
income. That's crazy.
if there's one thing that you guys can learn this year, is to understand how one of the proverbs that I learned from people, they say money goes to money, right? Money goes to money's house. So if you understand how to manage little, it says in the Bible, you will be trusted with more. The banking system and the system that we live in now is the same thing. If you broke, you have no money, they will not give you any money. Soon you start making some money, you start managing, you start paying your credit on time, you start taking care of stuff. Guess what? They like, oh, we give you $10,000. We see that you paying it. We'll give you 20.
We'll give you more. Oh, yeah.
We'll give you 100.
That's it.
To the point you got a bank that tells you they give you $1 million.
$1 million. Yeah.
And it's crazy thinking about it now. Like, it's all possible.
Man, I came from far, man. You know. I mean, the thing about me is it's just making decisions. Sometimes, you know. But now I don't have that fear in me anymore. I understand the business model. I understand what it takes to make money.
Right.
So this is not a problem. I don't mind throwing $50K into a business, knowing that I know what I'm doing. You know,
you're gonna make more.
I'm gonna make more. So you have to invest.
Invest into yourself.
Into yourself, and invest, because knowledge is power. Let me tell you. Information is power. I had to pay someone $1,200 for Turo to understand exactly, and it was simple things, because I was trying to get booking. I reach out to him. I'm like, hey, can you check my Turo account and see what I'm doing? That's causing me not getting booking. Right. This guy literally just showed me two things. He said, here's what's wrong, here's what's wrong.
Boom.
And then I pay him $1,200 for this.
Boom. And that changed your business. And sometimes...
And it changed my business understanding, so I started paying more attention, and that's it.
And sometimes all you really need is a little bit of course correcting, because it's easier to change the direction of a moving car than it is to change the direction of a car that's stopped, that's not moving. Because if the car is moving, you can just turn the wheel, it will just go to the right direction. But if the car is just sitting there, it's parked, it's going to be hard to turn it because it's not moving. So it's the same thing with coaching or paying people for coaching, helping them understanding where they are in the business. You're already moving. You're already getting stuff going. What's up, Carlos? So Carlos says that, what if I have $40,000 in the bank, but I have shady credit? What do you think about that?
Invest. Spend $10,000 from that 40 to fix your credit, because credit is $1 million.
Boom. That's a key right there. And
that's what I would do. I mean, you got 40 G's.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my credit to where it is. Because guess what? You living in America, credit is power. I can tell you this. To me, they didn't care about how much money. But I'm busy to pull up my phone, showing them the stock, how much money I have in the bank. They didn't care about that, bro.
Right.
They just care about your credit sometimes, you know?
Your credit.
I mean, I was able to show, don't get me wrong. I mean, because like I said, I've been in business. I understand my situation could be different than yours. But I know if you can fix your credit to a 700 or 700 or 750, bank will see you differently, man. They're gonna talk different to you. You see, I'm a different guy. When I walk in, sometimes people read me wrong. They're thinking that, oh man, this guy. There's no way. And then after that, oh yes, sir. please have
get
your
this.
seat.
Please get.
How many cars do you want?
How many cars do you want?
It's just so funny sometimes.
It's crazy.
Man.
Everything
And
changed.
I'm humble.
Right.
I'm not gonna boast or anything. When I walk into a place, I keep myself at a certain place. Right. But that's it.
So Carlos, like Waz was saying, is that if I had 40 G's in the bank, like hiring somebody, even if you don't want to fix your credit yourself, like hiring somebody to get stuff off your credit to get it in a place where it's good, it's always a plus. Now, whether you're going to invest into a business that can create cash flow, if you understand cash flow and how you need a business that can create cash flow, but credit is always a plus when you have a business that that I can get access to funds and capital. I can get more funds to scale the business. Because I'm a firm believer into using credit to scale. To scale. Not for personal use. Now, because you can get trapped into having those credit and you use it for personal use, and now you have to pay interest.
You also have to believe in that business model too.
Right.
Believe that that's gonna make money. Me, I'm in a good market. I have no doubt that the business model that I'm doing is gonna be successful because I'm in Florida. I'm in Florida. A lot of tourists come in town every time. So I know for a fact my car is going to get booked. So now I can't just tell you to go finance a bunch of cars, but you have to make sure you understand your market. You need to know your market. There's a lot of things to put on perspective.
Just like you said, everybody's situation is going to be different. Sometimes you might have cash flow and you have no credit, and you could be someone else that has credit, but you don't have no cash flow. So you gotta become wise enough to say, okay, what advantage? And you might be someone that has no cash flow and no credit. So at that point, you gotta realize, I need to learn a skill. Like, what am I gonna learn to bring into the marketplace? What skill set am I gonna learn that's gonna create some type of cash flow? How am I gonna create a business out of nothing? Or what am I gonna learn? Some skill set that I can bring into the marketplace that's gonna create some type of cash flow. Because a lot of us, we already have. Because we were just talking about you doing a business by teaching people what you know. Because you learned so much after running this Turo business for about a year.
Absolutely, man. There's a lot of things that if I know
You've learned so much.
I would have been more successful. More successful with Turo if I know now, Right. The things that I know now. The start off wasn't too easy. But like this guy says on the question, should I get a business credit? Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good way to start. You can start with your own personal car, you can finance one car. Finance one car won't really impact you too much. In fact, it's good for your credit. Keep making that monthly payment. But if you're planning on growing, I do think you should look into a business loan to get a nice deal. Not those fast business loan to pay in 12 months. You need something like that in at least 5 years business loan, And then I think, if you can get your hand on a nice business loan, that's a good way.
So Turo, you did not scale to 24 cars right away.
No, not right away.
So you tested, like you said, any business model that you're obviously gonna have to start at the bottom. Like people will say that, hey, we'll see that we build businesses.
Well, that's if you have the cash.
Yeah.
And, you want to just jump in, but you have to learn the business model.
You have to start from the bottom and grow it. Most businesses, you're not gonna start from the top unless you have the money to just put in there and invest, and you don't care if you lose it.
I mean,
because you're gonna learn in the process. People's gonna learn in the process. So I mean, like I said, man, I'm super proud of you seeing that you took the information that we shared a couple years ago, and then you turned that information, and that's what we said. You said knowledge is power, but we can come here and share that. Hey, you took one piece of knowledge last year, you turned that into $150,000 side money. That's not even your main business, right? And then someone else hear the same information, they don't do nothing with it. So really, knowledge is not power, but applied knowledge is the true power. Like someone will come in and hear that and say,
not to mention,
I'm gonna take that.
I have 24 cars, but guess how many cars I have that I'm making monthly payment to?
I don't know. Like
11.
11. So you have those cars.
I have half of my fleet paid off.
Right.
But
so
they pay,
Right.
So
because you have your other business, so you're able to just invest everything that Turo makes into buying the assets and just crush it. So Like it is, guys. I don't know what's your goal this year. I mean, I hope that, Happy New Year for those of you that's on my channel. It's my first video on the channel this year. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. I want this year to be the best year ever. A lot of the time people get caught up into writing goals. It's the 6th of the month, and a lot of people already quit on their goals. What you're gonna realize is not really about the goal at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's really doing the things
that's gonna get you there.
That's gonna get you to the goal. Because
yeah.
if you was not that person in 2023, you was not the person that was doing that person. Just because the day changed, bro, you can't just become that person in 2024 just because the day changed. So like sometimes I talk to people and they say, yeah, I'm gonna wait till the beginning of the year so I can set my goal. And then miraculously, because I write down the goal.
Hey, I do have a goal this year.
Gonna
to lose some weight,
Well, that means that
I started eating well. Let me tell you.
You gotta eat well.
I started eating better, and then yeah. So my wife, I'm grateful for her. She's staying on top of everything. But yeah, so that's one thing I kind of let go. I realized you need to take care of yourself too. It's not just making the money, but you got to take care of yourself.
Yeah, and crazy thing, I seen people write goals like, this year I'm gonna make $1 million in my business. I used to be just as foolish. Like I would start the year, I'm gonna make $1 million in my business this year, but I have no process, no strategy, no mentor, no tools, no direction. How am I gonna get there? Like it's like the whole fallacy of the law of attraction, where people say things and then they have no action plan. Like, how are you gonna get there? Like saying like, oh, I'm gonna build $1 million business, or I'm gonna build $100 million business. Well, you better have a plan, because a goal without a plan is just a wish. So if you don't have a plan, like if I'm gonna build Turo, like that's gonna be the vehicle that's gonna get me there. Well, this year I'm gonna need to find all the resources. How can I get on Turo? How can I do it for free? Like you've done it with just your credit.
One thing people don't know. You can literally buy 8 cars in one day.
8 cars, and I've seen you do it. I've seen him do it. The crazy thing.
8 cars in one day.
I've seen this guy bought 8 cars in one day, and I don't do Turo. I just told him I was shocked.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos first of all, and then I'll be seeing people, buy 2 cars in one day. It's a big deal, and I'm looking at me.
You bought 8 cars in one day.
Zero down.
Zero down.
Just walk in and say,
that is amazing, bro.
8 cars, bro.
8 cars. And that's crazy, guys. And I mean, Rose over here, he has a YouTube channel. I'm going to put the link down below. He's going to put some more content on how he's doing Turo and stuff like that with his business. And again, if you want to share his other business, but he's mainly focusing into growing his fleet. He got a warehouse now. He got 27 cars on the platform, and they're growing, and he's hiring people. He's really exploding that business. So I wanted to kind of shed some light into what he's doing. He's one of my students. We've been rocking for years. Right now, he's growing his fleet. He's growing his business, and now he want to create more contents to help more people. So I think we should definitely highlight that.
I'm trying to be more hands off because, man, I think.
You need to create another stream of income.
Stream of income, exactly.
So
that's gonna be better.
And that's the key, guys. I was telling him, we were having a conversation earlier on, with a Turo business. If you teach other people, one of the thing that changed my life, for me, is when my mentor asked me, what do I know how to do?
Because I care so much about value. So if I put someone into Turo, I need to make sure they find full success. So that's that's my main concern. That's why I never like to offer,
your services
I know for a fact how I can get someone to be successful on Turo.
But someone just asked you right now, do you offer coaching? See, that's what I'm saying. That was the question that was asked to me. I want to share that with you. A lot of you that's watching me right now, you already have everything inside of you. You without outside factors, outside learning, business. A lot of you already have $100,000 businesses in you, coaching. A lot of you already have $1 million business coaching inside of you, from the stuff that you already learned, from the stuff that you already know, from the books that you've already read, from the courses that you've already taken. If you're watching me, a lot of you, from the videos you've already been watching, you took action, you got some type of results, you already have $1 million in you. But if I look at you right now and tell you, you are a millionaire, in your mind, you will not see it because you're going to see your pocket. When you look into your pocket, it's going to say you got negative $10 in the bank. You got overdraft last week. You're going to be like, no, hell no way. I don't have that type of money. A lot of you already have $1 million idea. And the crazy thing right now, the only way it happens is take it from the mind. Everything starts from the invisible. It starts from the mind. You got to take the ideas that you have right now, bring it into the marketplace, and extract the value from the market. And that's what I'm telling him. My mentor told me, what do I know how to do? I told him, hey, I just know how to get traffic and leads on Craigslist. He said, why don't you sell your knowledge? Tell people how you can get them more results. Then you can show them how to do that. And then charge them. I only charged $67. On the first month, I made my first $100,000 month online because I was helping so many people. They all bought my courses. This guy asking you right now, Carlos asking you, hey, do you offer coaching? Hey, you actually offer coaching because it's going to take you time from your business. You coach somebody else and help them with their business. Carlos goes out there, he builds his business. Somebody else asks him, hey, Carlos, can you help me with my business? And he said, yeah, I know how to do this stuff. I'll charge you. Boom. And it goes on and on and on. A lot of you already know how to do stuff, and you can't be afraid because if you hold on to what you have, it's not going to bless somebody else. A lot of the time we start thinking about, oh, well, will people pay me? Am I worth it?
On my YouTube channel, so many questions.
So many questions. And you just like, and you can help those people, but that fear inside of you is saying, man, I'm not good enough.
Yeah, well, it's just I'm not out there like that.
Yeah, and well, it's a lot of us.
Like sometimes, I show up. Let's say if I go to the car wash and then, looking at people, I'm like, man, look at these people spending that time to watch their cars. And I'm like, man, but I'm looking at the car that they have. It's a liability. They're not even making money with it. But I'm looking at me.
You're making money off all those cars. That's coming
this
in.
Is crazy.
And you driving the nicest car. Like I've seen
exactly.
And you driving those cars, and they are all assets. An asset is something that brings money in your pocket, and a liability takes money away from you. And you learn this concept.
I'm not a flashy person.
And you understand how this stuff works.
People would never see, when they look at me, they won't see $1 million because, hey, you just gotta, I don't have the Rolls Royce watch.
And sometimes, like I said, in building, it's not really about, like, a lot of the time we think we have to show to people what we have in order for them to prove.
I mean, I think if you're going online, like, if
we get caught up.
Social media guy.
We get caught up, and sometimes it's a lot of us. We get caught up into what we see on the internet.
Yeah.
This guy's showing a Lamborghini. This guy's showing this, and
I got a lot to show if I were to show.
But true value, what people are looking for, a lot of the time, people are looking at the Lambo to make a decision because they think, oh, if this guy has a Lambo, maybe what he's going to teach me is going to help me get a Lambo. But what the person really need is not your Lambo. They want their own Lambo.
Their own Lambo.
And the way they get their own Lambo is by you teaching them what you know that they get their own Lambo. So at the end of the day, my Lambo don't matter at all. My Lambo, your Lambo don't mean nothing.
I tell you, I can teach people how to get 8 cars in one day.
You get 8 cars and they can get a Lambo and put it on Turo and make money off of that.
No, actually, my next car I'm shooting for it's a Rolls Royce because that's my name.
That's it's only right.
I have to get that.
It's only right. You have to get that Rolls Royce. It's only right. But guys, we just wanted to come here. We just been hanging out for the last 2 hours. We've just been sharing so much value, and we say, hey, you know what? Why not jump on the channel? Go check out my student here, Mr. Rose. He's been crushing it. One of my mentees. I mean, we've been working, we've been making stuff happen, and I can't wait to see what he does for the year. For those of you that's asking me for coaching and stuff like that, I don't do Turo. This is the guy. Right, Rose?
Yeah.
This is the dude. He just got another booking. That's why he's looking at his stuff. Like, he's getting booking like all day long. But this is the dude for Turo. Like, if you want to learn Turo, go to his channel, his YouTube channel. He's gonna be creating more content, and he want to create a structured program. So those of you that's already asking for Carlos, for example, let me ask you if you're still on the line. If Rose, or if you're watching me live, if Rose was to do a program and teach you how he's doing about $30,000 a month, and how you can get started for free, would you be interested?
And the cool thing
Let
is,
me know
Carlos,
in the comment.
You actually get to see everything I'm saying. So
Look,
it's not just.
I can't really show
my
it.
review.
Yeah, you got 592 reviews and all 5 stars. So I just wanted to show them, but I couldn't really show this. The phone screen is not gonna show. It's not gonna clear. It's not gonna be too clear.
5 stars on every category.
But if you're watching right now live, or you're watching the recording, if you're watching the live or you're watching the recording, if Rose was to do a live training, a live coaching where you can ask him questions, Q&A, would you be interested in coming? Would you be interested into his coaching? Let me know down below. And then, let me know down below if it's something you'd be interested into doing. Let me know. So some people's already asking if you offer this stuff without me even telling them you do. And that's why I was telling you, like, if you know something, it's only right that you teach other people, you share with other people what you know and how what you know can help them get the results that they want. So that's the key, guys. Is to, in order for you to get the results that you want, sometimes it's gonna come from connections.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's gonna come from other people that you've met, and sometimes it's not even your friends. Like me and you, we lucky to know each other, and you come on board, a little bit later in our entrepreneur journey, but a lot of the stuff that we're gonna learn is from people we meet on the internet, from people that we never seen each other, and that's how powerful. Yeah. That's how powerful. You tell me you learn so many things by going on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Watching videos and stuff.
Some videos, but then again, you still have to go to that learning. So get the information, especially YouTube. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people don't share enough.
They're not gonna share everything.
They don't share everything, which I respect that.
Of course.
But
because it's free information. It's like right now, someone's looking at me on YouTube and like, "Yo, teach me how to get the $1 million plate behind you. Those $1 million." I'm not gonna teach you that in 30 minutes on YouTube. Minutes. Like I can't teach you. It's a process. Like it's gonna take me coaching you and help you understand. You need an offer. You need system. You need traffic. You need tools. You need to have this stuff. I can simplify it for you, but you're gonna need to see the back end and understand how. What if it breaks down? Like you're gonna need help to help you through the process. So it's kind of the same thing. If you wanna move, at your own pace. You wanna move slow. You can go by yourself. But if you want to move fast, you get with someone who's already been there where you're trying to go. That's the key.
That's right. With Turo, I highly suggest anyone to get advice before jumping into a business model like that. I mean, you need some type of information, because without information, I think you can easily make mistakes. First, you need to understand your market.
Right.
You need to know what is your city offer. What will make people keep coming in. How transportation is like that. I mean,
and it's different. There's many things that, like Woz is saying, that you guys gonna learn. So Lewis says, as soon as I fix my credit, I can continue on my journey to success. And I think the key is don't stop. Like I was telling him, one of the things that traps us a lot of the time, we get trapped at many levels. And I don't know where you are right now, Lewis, on your journey to success. And you saying that, hey, when my credit is fixed, I'm gonna get back on the journey. What I tell people is just don't stop. You gotta keep going to the journey, even while your credit is not fixed. Meanwhile, you still moving, you still making stuff happen. Because at the moment that you stop, you lose momentum. Like you might say that, hey, my credit's gonna get fixed next year. You lose the momentum. You lose the momentum.
I don't know how I can put this. If people only know how valuable credit is, they would have leave. You see me right now at my category, my state. I rather don't have a penny in the bank,
and
but I make sure all my bills are paid. My credit is in good shape, because I know how powerful,
bro.
I don't need money to do anything.
Exactly.
As long as my credit is good, I'm $1 million. I'm $1 trillion guy.
Yeah, and sometimes, guys, what Woz is saying.
Believe me, man. Like
if you don't experience it, I remember 4 or 5 years ago where I was buying everything cash because I had the money. I'm making money in my business. I'm like, why? I don't care for credit. Why do I need to? I can pay for it. I'm gonna pay for it cash, right? Well, if you're an entrepreneur, it's like, yo, I can pay for it cash. Why do I need credit? And then I went to a convention. Like I went to a mastermind. I went to a convention they was having. And then there was a pitch, someone that was teaching credit. I was like, oh my God, my mind was blown. And when he pulled out his stacks of cards, I was going to show you my stack, but I left it somewhere. He had about 70 cards on there. And the cards was worth $1.4 million. And it's like, yo, dude, I have $1.4 million worth of credit. I can literally have a check from some bank for that much because they will match my credit value, like how much credit that I have to the check. And I was like, dude, that's crazy. It's like, how do you have that much credit? He's like, he built it over time. I'm worth that much. And when you go to the process, you learn, and I understand, and I kind of emulate what Woz is saying. You start dabbling into that. You understand how powerful using other people's money is. This is called OPM. You're using other people. Right now, you're running a business for free. Technically. Yeah. You're just using those cars
to pay the other cars.
You just going. It's like walking into a car dealership and saying, "Yo, I like this car. Give it to me.
Give it to me.
I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna get paid off of it.
And then
I'm gonna keep the profit,
Keep
and
the
I'm
profit.
and I'm gonna pay you the car off the profit.
the profit.
This is insane,
That's
bro.
what there's no. It's not rocket science.
It's not rocket science, and that's where the credit can comes into play. You know, people do that with Airbnb. People do that with even their own business. If you have something that's working for you, that's scaling. Let's say you have something right now. You go on Facebook. You run some type of ad for some clickbait offer, right? And you put like $1,000, and out of nowhere it makes you $2,000. Let's say both you and Waz went and have the same experience, but you have zero credit. And this guy, how much credit would you say, like, your credit range, like, you like?
My credit?
I mean, between all the cars that you have, like, how much would you say your loan is, like a 400K? Maybe more? I don't know, but you can.
Loan, I think I have like maybe 220.
Okay,
Yeah.
220K. So
you
you
mean
so
for loans?
for loans and vehicles. So
Yeah,
you're not doing the high end cars because you find
No.
that you find
I mean,
that
because
the,
I pay off a couple of them. So
Right.
It would have been 400K
Would've
if I
been
didn't
more.
pay half of my fleet already. You know.
So, question to you guys that's watching: who do you think, like, this guy have access to 400K in credit, and he can spend up to 400K in credit? Like, you can, you know, and someone else who only have $1,000. Who do you think can scale this offer? And if he spend $1,000, he make two, and this guy can spend 400K and
yeah.
make 800K.
Yeah.
Who's gonna make more? The guy that have access to 400K,
400K,
because you have
exactly.
access to more that he can actually spend on. It only makes sense. It's only makes sense. Somebody say we throw so many numbers. Show me the money. Let's go. You know, I mean, we would show you some of the stuff, guys, on the phone. The phone is not clear, but it's all good. This guy, he's legit. He's legit. I can vouch for him. I see his numbers, real making stuff happen. The key is, you know, this year, you need to build a profitable
I
business.
need to be more online. That's what I need to go.
People asking you for information, man. People are asking you. So, like I said, guys, if Waz was to do a training, coaching, whatever, he has a YouTube channel. Go check him out. I'm gonna put the link to his YouTube channel in the description of this video if you're watching it later.
Hey, if
Would you
actually
guys
they go
do
to
it?
this guy who said show me the money, he can actually watch any of my video. I always show the money.
You show the money on your
I
YouTube
always
channel.
show the money, you know.
Right. But I
My
think
YouTube
Snake
channel.
John is just like, yo, let's go with the money. But anyway, guys, I know it's getting late here. We just been here. We was
Another
having a
booking.
conversation. Another booking. So he's getting booking live while we on this live with
Yeah.
you guys. So it's real stuff, and it's just a business model. The key is there's so many different business model that you guys can use this year. It's just you gotta pick the one that you're gonna run with. You know, so many ways that you guys can scale your business, so many ways that you guys can grow. You know, what he does, like, at the end of the day, you can do 10 times more. Your numbers can trump that. But the only way you find out is by you taking action to get the results. I used to be like wowed by other people's numbers back in the days when I was building my business right in the beginning, right? Someone would say they make $1 million online, and I'd be like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, I don't think they can even see those numbers because the camera is not allowing them, but whatever. You know, back in the days, I'd see people say the numbers or say something like, it would wow me, but what then I realized is that it wasn't my numbers. Like, you know, his numbers, my numbers, that stuff don't matter. I mean, it might not matter to you because
Let
at
me
the end of
log
the
into
day,
my ClickFunnels. They'll see
at
real
the end of the
numbers.
day, it's you.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, it's you that needs to get results. It's you this year has to make a change for you. It's you this year that you got to build a business that makes 6 figures, that makes $1 million. Success looks different for everybody. Some people's success might be $100,000. Some people's success to them might be just quitting their job where they don't have to
Hey, if you're
clock
not
in
making
every
6
day.
figure at your job,
They don't have to do that and see their family every day.
bro, it was the best decision, man. I'm glad I quit my job. What, 2 years now?
2 years in, that's
2
what's
years
up,
in,
bro.
and
And that's amazing
I
to
never
see.
regret.
To
I
see
don't
that
regret.
it still works.
You know, it just feel like I like waking up early, go to
I
my
don't-
warehouse, see these people got checklists, everything they got to do. It just make me feel like, you know, this is good, man. And
Right.
It's a good feeling.
You're
you know?
running your own business and
Running
you-
everything
you're
is
going on your
organized.
own
Everybody
time.
know what they have to do. I don't have to babysit anyone,
right.
you know. And then payroll, everybody's under payroll. This
So-
is big, man. Now I put people on payroll.
Exactly. So for people that's watching, like, you know, like Waz is kind of sharing his experience. And a lot of us is we don't know our possibility until we tap into it. We don't know what we can do until we really tap into ourselves. Most of us can do more than we actually realize that we are currently doing. We all can do more. I can do more. This guy that's talking right now, like, oh my God, he can still do more. A lot of us, we haven't tapped into our true potential, because we still playing small because of fear, or we playing in our comfort zone because of fear. But the more that we realize that we can do more, we can push more, is how you really change your life and get yourself to the next level, you know? So,
well,
bro,
you know where to find me.
Check out Wars on his channel. This is my first YouTube live for the year, guys. I'm gonna be bringing you guys more content on this channel. I'm gonna bring you guys more structured content this year. My goal is to help more people become free. You know, I want them to have freedom. There's 3 types of freedom. You have freedom of mind. You have a lot of people, they always think about financial freedom. That's the first thing, financial freedom. But freedom of mind, freedom of time, and financial freedom. Because freedom of mind really is to shift your mind. Because a lot of us, we are thinking of what being projected. A lot of stuff has been projected to us, and we are thinking based on the media, on how our parents taught us on how to think, our circle, or where we from, around us. We don't really have a freedom of thought. We think we do. We think those ideas in our minds are from us, but usually it's been impacted by our surrounding. So once you get freedom of mind, you can think of your own. What do you really want for this year? What do I want? I don't care what my parents think or other people around me, but what do I want? Freedom of mind. And freedom of time. Once you have freedom of time, you can invest that. Once you have your time back, you're running other business now.
Exactly.
Right? You're running other business now, and now you see that you have more financial freedom because you have 2-3 businesses that's bringing
this thing become addicted too.
It's addictive because it's a numbers game now. You realize, man, I was working.
Now I'm still looking for more. You know, I'm still looking for a different stream of income.
Right.
You know, I think this is.
And people will say you're greedy for that.
No, it's not. This is crazy.
It's not about being greedy. That's why I said freedom of mind, because before, when someone sees someone that have some type of level of success and they say that I want more, like my mind would be like, well, why can't you just be satisfied?
You can't.
With what you have.
You can't, because that's business. Business change sometimes.
And it's not even just business. It is how life goes. Like, we are supposed to grow. Like, what makes us as human, like, we are different. You see everything grow to the biggest that it could be. Like, the tree grow to as big as it could be.
I mean, let's take an example for
everything
Amazon.
Grows. Like anything, like your kid, would you like your kid to only grow like 1 feet?
1 feet?
No, you want them to grow as big as they can be. You know, what about your health? How much health do you want to have? As much as you can. How much money would you want to have? As much as you can. That's how most people, they don't realize, because you have this freedom. Your mind has been entangled with maybe you hear it from church or you hear it from other people around you. You think that, hey, if I grow financially, I can only do bad things. But I've seen you now. You help your wife quit her job. Now that helps you do something where she can oversee what's going on at home.
Oh yeah.
So having access to more fund, more capital. I see now you have 4 or 5 cars. You got like 24, and you're helping people that's coming for vacation. You're giving them transportation. You're helping them. So that create good. You know, so it's really how do you use it. It's how you use it, man.
Yeah, well, you know.
John said I need more.
I used to have trouble parking some of my cars, you know. I said, black man, you can't just keep having Maseratis everywhere.
Right.
You know,
in your neighborhood, because people's like, yo, what is this guy doing? You have like
juice this guy
24
drinking?
cars. Like, you almost look like this guy I used to watch on YouTube. What's his name?
But they pushed me to get that warehouse. So I'm glad they put that pressure, because they're the one that actually pushed me to get that warehouse. That was when I had 11 cars. I was having that trouble, you know?
Right.
So I figured if I'm going to get a whole warehouse, I might as well go all in.
You went all in with it, you know?
And as we speak right now, I'm actually planning to buy 24 more cars to add to.
Bro, you're not playing.
So,
Let's go, man. This year is the year that we scale. Just like Snake John said, I need more. Let's go.
I mean, there's no going back. This is who I am now.
This is the goal, guys. And then I just want to come here and say, man, if you're watching me, and just say it's possible for me. Just say it's possible for you, right? Drop down. It's
Another
possible
booking.
for
While we
me.
in this video, so many bookings are
So
coming
many
in.
bookings, bro, and it's a joy in my heart just to see other people win, like to see people get around. Yo, I'm making this X amount of money. This is another booking. I'm making stuff and seeing that it's live. So, you know, if you believe it, you act on it. You can
Now
almost
with
have it.
Turo, I do think the only thing you need really it's a good credit. If you can find yourself having good credit,
So fix
don't
your
worry about
credit
the
this
money.
year.
Fix your credit. That's the main thing. Please don't worry about the money or how much money you have in the bank. Even if you have $2,000, I think you can start a Turo business. You just need to make sure. I mean, the reason why I said 2,000 because there is some supply you may need to buy, like Logbox. You know,
Right.
There's some.
You gotta
things
invest
that-
in the business
you gotta
as the
invest
business
in
grows.
the business, you know. But you
Kendrick.
really don't need thousands of dollars, but you do need good credit. If you can find yourself, put your credit score as high as possible, maybe 700. You know, I've seen people work with 680. I wouldn't recommend it. I think 700 is the best. You know, you go to 700, then that should get you a good startup point. You know,
Right.
pay someone. Invest all your money into fixing your credit. You won't regret it. I can promise you that. Because let's say for example, you have $5,000. You take all $5,000, you pay someone to fix your credit. Once your credit becomes 700, you can just get a personal loan for 25,000.
Right. Once your credit
You know?
700, but a lot of people
You know?
don't see it that way because then people don't realize how powerful and sometimes we wasn't taught that information. See, this stuff that Waz is saying right now, we teaching this stuff to our kids right now. We didn't learn this stuff until we grow like a grown man. Like we already have family, wife, kids. We never learned that stuff, and we just keep buying stuff. Meanwhile, we could have started something back then with our credit that create cash flow, but
Cash
we
flow.
never learned the difference between assets and liabilities. We thought that our credit is only meant to get us
They
liability,
make
which
us
is a
scared,
house,
yeah.
which is a house, student loans, and a car.
And a car.
These are the three things that I've learned. The only things I've learned for credit was a credit card for personal use, a house, which I'm gonna get stuck in, my student loans, which gets me right out of high school, that gets me to owe and paying interest on, and then a car, which gets me to pay the bank with interest every month. These are the four things I've learned. That's all that I knew. And sadly, I'm not saying that to blame our parents or the people our surrounding, but that's all that they know. You can only give what you have. So for some of you that get this knowledge, you come on this live and Waz is dropping gems like that. It's like, yo, you need if you have 5K, fix your credit with the whole 5K. You be like, yo, that's dumb. Why would I spend all the money to fix my credit? But he understand spending 5K to fix your credit, the bank will give you 25K.
I pay $16K on one of my credit cards, and you think that will hurt me? No, it doesn't hurt me because I
Right.
know what I'm doing. You know, I know this is the best thing to do.
Right.
You know, $16K, and then you cash out those bonus points that the credit card gives.
Bonus points and
I
all
use
of
it
that.
for business purposes, but let me tell you, the best thing is fix your credit.
Fix your
I
credit.
don't care.
So if you get anything out of this video,
If you,
this
yeah,
guy
if
built
anything,
a Turo business for free.
just literally
because
with credit.
He got 27 cars.
Walk in, people
because
don't
his
see me.
credit is
They
great.
just look at me when I walk into the dealership. To them,
And
they
fix your
just
credit.
nobody want to come and help me because they're thinking, now, oh, this guy, man. What do you want, man? I just told them, well, I just want to know if I can buy 5 cars from you guys. They're like, who this guy think he is? And then pull up my credit. Oh, sir, it's a different store. Please, what type of car you want? What type? What?
John said, I'm calling my credit repair guy tomorrow. Let's go.
That's it, man.
You know,
Let me
that's
tell
what it
fix
is,
your
man.
credit. That's all I can tell.
Right.
If you miss everything we just said, just remember this. Fix your credit. And you will understand.
Crazy. That's
You
crazy.
have credit. If you have good credit, you have access to a whole world of money.
Crazy.
So, I don't
Crazy,
know what
guys.
else to say.
But anyway, guys, be sure to go follow Rose. He's one of my early students. He's already done crushing
I'm
it
not
right
a
now.
credit repair, by the way.
He's
but
not
I just
doing
know
credit
how
repair,
valuable
but
credit was.
go check out his channel. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you do find value in this video, be sure to share it. Share it with a few people. Share it on your social media platform. Send it with some people. Well, I'll be doing more live with many students. You know, whenever I'll do more live on my channel. I'll be more active on this channel to give you guys more value that can help you this year. I want to see all my friends, all the people that I have on YouTube have businesses that are making 6-7 figures and beyond and crush it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys on the next
thank
one
you
because
for having
you
me,
gotta
man.
go. All right, it's been a
Have to head
pleasure.
out. was
We'll talk to
fun.
you guys later. All right, so